Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very early edition of Roy's Repair and Resale. Always lovely to see all of your faces. Bear with me a moment. All right. I was supposed to start like 20 minutes ago, but OBS updated. I had to change my password for my account. Somebody was trying to get in. It's a whole thing. But everything's back to normal now, so we're good. All right. Just getting the usual self-promotion out of the way. So bear with me just a moment here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. It's hot as hell. All right, there's that. All right, all right. Lovely to see everybody here. Sorry, still working through some of the new technical issues with OBS and getting my accounts back set up and all the things. So appreciate everybody being patient. All right. There we go. So, number one, bear no mind to the shoulders. I'm having some kind of weird skin reaction. I don't know what the hell's going on. But It's just something we're going to have to put up with. Okay? Okay. Number two, as usual, I usually give it about 10, 12 minutes to let some people get in before the repair starts. So if you're just jumping in, thank you very much for hanging out. Happy Sunday to you. It's always lovely to see your face, even though I can't see your face. And we're going to have some fun today. It's going to be a great time. So, hope everybody is ready for a day of repair. Let me get my machinery turned on right quick. Oh. Stay hydrated. It's hot as shit out here. Forgot to text the customer. All right. Customer is texted. So it's going to be a fun day today. As you can tell by the title, we have a PS5 with a beep but no power issue that I have not personally run into. I did do some research and I found other people who have run into it previously, so hopefully we're going to get lucky with that. But it's, hey look, it's new territory for me. I always love new things, so we're going to learn some stuff today. And then as well, let me just hop over here real quick. As well, we have new ESD chips. So I got these from my regular supplier. Let's focus in a little bit here. But new ESD chips for the Series X. I have been struggling like hell to find these things because I have a 1X and 2 Series X that I believe need them. I have not tested them yet. So I don't know if they work. But if they do, then these were a fantastic price from my supplier. So if they work, I will be happy to point anybody in the direction of where they came from and make sure that everybody has access to them, because yeah, I know these things are really hard to come by. So, all right, just gonna move those out of the way for the time being. There we go. Boop. All right, so as usual, just gonna give a little bit of time, let some folks get in here. We'll hang out. I hope everybody's having a lovely, lovely Sunday. It is summer in Florida right now, so it is a brisk, balmy, almost 100 degrees with the heat index. So it's hot. It's hot as hell. More customers. It has been a busy couple of weeks. I know I wasn't here last week. I literally had 6 consoles come in that had to be done within 48 hours. And as someone who only does this part-time and is balancing a normal 9 to 5 on top of a lot of other social responsibilities and, you know, taking care of a family and stuff like that, it's a lot. That was quite a lot. So I didn't have time to stream last week, unfortunately, and it was all HDMI jobs anyway. Nobody wants to see 6 HDMI jobs back to back. So all right, so we will continue. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. I have another customer that's coming to drop off yet another PS5 HDMI replacement. I'm telling you, they made these things out of used duct tape and chewed bubblegum. That's the amount of PS5 HDMI ports that I do on a regular basis is ridiculous. It's crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's great for business. Thank you, Sony. But But God, it is rough. Also, last week I did a full rebuild on my PC. Let me see if I can get you guys in here real quick. Move over slightly here. So, did a full rebuild. Got a new motherboard in there, new graphics card, a 3060, new liquid cooling, 32 gigs of RAM, full setup. That was a process and a half. Well, that's true, and I appreciate that very much. All right. Now, just gonna give it about another minute or two here, and we will begin. Again, hydration, very important. It's so hot. It's so hot. My fan ain't doing it, man. My fan is just not doing the job. All right. Well, you know what? That's enough time. All right, so I'm going to move this keyboard out of the way here. All right, so let's start with the PS5 because I have to diagnose it and then reach out to the customer to make sure they want to do the job once I figure out what's wrong with it. So we have a PS5 disc edition, and it is a beep with no power issue. However, it is an unusual beep with no power issue because in most of the times that I have a beep with no power, it is a beep once every 30 seconds or 15 seconds, something like that, before it beeps again. This one, however, it beeps every single time. That is not normal for me. I have not run into that previously. So it's just so strange. I've never run into that issue before. My guess is it's probably a short somewhere on the 5-volt line because it's trying to initialize. So this customer came to me and actually went to a different shop previously and was told that it was a power supply issue. I told him I don't think it is, but he also didn't tell me that it was a once every beep. I thought it was a similar, once every 30 seconds, and I did ask about it, but it just, I guess there was some confusion. But I still don't think it's a power supply issue. I'm pretty sure this is going to be something on the 5-volt line, and my initial suspect is probably the HDMI encoder chip, which can cause this issue. But we are going to take it apart. We're going to do some testing, and we are going to find out what has caused this thing to fail. So let's go ahead and get started with disassembly. Let's go ahead and pull the power cord. Okay. All right. pull this plate off. Oh, this thing has been opened before. Ah, I was not made aware of that. Oh, actually, yeah, he said he brought it to someone else. And it's missing screws. Missing 2 screws that I can see so far. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's get it on the table. All right. All right. Well, it's going to be hard to tell with the camera focus because this camera's not the best. But there is a screw missing right here. This screw is missing, as well as this back screw for the disk drive. That one is also missing. This cover is missing. This warranty sticker's already been taken up before. So I'm interested to see what we run into here. Let's go ahead and start disassembly here. Alright. Go ahead and take the M.2 cover off. Alright. Alright. Fan screws. Go ahead and lift this warranty sticker. Wow, this outer casing it's coming up really weird. Like I understand that it's held down by these bolts, but it is like pushing upwards the second these bolts start coming out. That's unusual to say the least. All right, well, let's start pulling bolts or screws, whatever. I call them all bolts because when I work on my car, they're bolts. When I work on the consoles, they're screws. I don't know who did this job, man, but I am not looking forward to seeing what this work was. I don't know what shop they brought it to previously, but missing screws automatically tells me that I am not going to look forward to this job. Right. Let's pop the cover. Alright, just doing a quick visual inspection. Alright, so Wi-Fi cables are not put back where they're supposed to and look slightly damaged. The cover that's supposed to be right here, this is the 1215 series, so the cover that's supposed to be right here is not here. Other than that, this screw doesn't belong here. That screw doesn't belong there. That would explain why those other screws were missing, because the guy who put it back together didn't do it correctly, which means there's going to be missing screws elsewhere. I hate when people who don't know what they're doing mess with stuff. Alright, well, let's just get it over with. That doesn't belong there. Where are you at? That doesn't belong there. I may have extra screws that I can use to put this back together. We'll have to see. The disk drive isn't plugged in. What did they do to this? Well, I know the disk drive not being plugged in wouldn't allow it to update. I'm so confused. There's a random foam pad right here. Oh, God, it bothers me so much when people who don't do the job the way they're supposed to do these jobs. Yeah, so the disk drive not being plugged in won't cause it to not power up. It won't cause that issue, I don't think. I'm almost positive. You know what, just for the hell of it, let's plug it in and see what happens, shall we? Just for funsies. I know it's not going to work, but let's try it. Alright, let's move over here. Just for the hell of it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Interesting indeed. Okay. That was worth a shot. I wonder if I can turn it in by trying to put a disc in. Hang on. Where the hell did my disc go? I mean, at this point, I just need any disc, really. It doesn't have to be the right disc. Okay. Is there a disc already in here? There is a disc already in here. Okay. Interesting. So there's a disc already in there. So the answer to my question is no. That will not work. Okay. All right, worth a shot. All right. Let's continue the disassembly. All right. Okay, and this drive ribbon cable, pop, goes the weasel. Right, and this drive ribbon is out. Hi, kitty. Hi, baby. Oh, look at my children's. Hang on. Oh, Moody babies. How? No, you're so nice. Alright, anyway. Okay. Oh, where are we? There we go. Alright. Let's pull off these Bluetooth and Wi-Fi cables. And the LED ribbon cable. Make sure there's no damage to that ribbon cable. Alright. Let's pull these. Okay. Pull the power ribbon cable. It came out really easily. Alright. And 37 screws. It's also missing the screw back here that holds the board in. That's nice. Right. So, while I'm disassembling this, like I said, I did do some research on this issue previously, and I'm guessing it's going to be a 5-volt short. That is my assumption. It could also be a bad front board. It could also be a bad power supply. I've run into all those issues. I've never run into this issue specifically, but during my research, that is what I ran into with these particular issues. So, could be any number of those things, and we're just going to have to find out which. So, once we get all these damn screws out of here, the first thing I'll do is double check and make sure we have our 12-volt and 5-volt rail. That came out way too easily, and there's only one board screw in here. I'm just doing a quick visual inspection. We'll get onto the microscope in just a second here, but just want to make sure I'm not missing anything totally obvious. Nothing's sticking out to me right away. Alright, let's take out the one board screw that's in here. Where's my screwdriver? There we go. Undo this APU clamp. Alright, remove said APU clamp. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's get some voltage rails checked real quick, just while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Let's see if I have an extra plug that I can use for a power cord. My other power cord is quite far away. That one. I don't need that one. Okay. There we go. Move that to the side. And grab an additional power cord. Okay. Let's run this around the back. Whoa. Try and move this over just a tad so I can make room for the multimeter, so you guys can actually kind of read what I'm seeing. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let's get it plugged in. Oh, this power cable's all messed up. I don't think I want to use that one. Is that the only one I have readily available? Alright, well, the person who I bought it from was using it previously, so I'm sure it works. Okay, so we have power going in. Let's take a look and check our voltages, shall we? Let me untangle my my wires here. Wait a moment. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we are in voltage mode. Let's find ourselves a ground. Alright, do we have 12 volts coming in? We do, we have 12 volts. Okay, I believe up here there should be a 5 volt test point. So that's a 3.3, which means well, I've got 3.3. Where's my 5 volt? So if I've got 3.3, I should have 5. There it is. I've got 5. Alright, so I've got 5, I've got 3.3. There's a 1.8 in this general area, I believe. Let's break out the microscope real quick. So I got 5 volts coming out of there. It's a 12-volt line. I'm trying to find a 1.8. I know there's a 1.8 around here somewhere. It's 12. Got 2 volts there. That's probably going to the APU, which probably won't do it until it's activated. Yep, that's 12. It's 5 volts. Okay, interesting. I do seem to have my voltage rails. Okay. All right. Well, voltage rails do seem to be present. I can't find the 1.8. Oh, you know what? I think on these, isn't the Wi-Fi module on these the 1.8? I don't know. All right. Well, let's continue our disassembly here. Let's get you out of the way. Up. I'm just again doing a quick visual inspection. Visual inspection is not showing me much of anything, although maybe see one inductor. Oh no, they all look like that. Okay. Alright, well, let's get the board back under and let's start hunting. There we go. Alright, to the microscope. Alright, so, first things first. We're going to hunt some shorts. Right. So, do we have a short on the 12 volt line? We do not. No short there. On the 12 volt power supply, I should say. Alright. Let's look around. No shorts. No shorts. Okay, no shorts. Nope, no shorts there. Alright. Let's move up a little bit. Check this surrounding area. Again, I'm not anticipating it's going to be on the 12 volt line, but I'm not ruling anything out until I have to. Alright. Okay, that's ground. Okay, none of those appear to be short. About these. Nope. Nope. Alright, we're going to continue working our way up. Okay. What about this fuse right here? Yep, fuse is good. Just double checking, I'm making sure I'm not missing any fuses. Good there. Alright, continue up. Feel like oh no, there's a fuse right here. There we go, that fuse is good. Okay. Check these caps over here. Okay. Alright, continue on up. Okay. Yep. More shorts. Okay. Yep. No shorts. Okay. No shorts there. And we continue on. Okay, all good there. Alright, I'm going to jump around a little bit, which is not something I usually do, but I'm operating on a hunch. There's a couple little caps right here. Nope, those are fine. Good, 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 good. Just going right on this 12-volt line MOSFETs. The power rail for those MOSFETs. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. All good. All right. So no shorts on those caps. Let's move over to this area right here. Okay, all those caps are good. Alright, so this is where I'm thinking we're going to run into the problem. Thinking, anyway. Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. Yep. Every cap is shorted around the HDMI chip. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, we found our problem. Now I have to get with the customer and find out if they want me to finish the job, because I did tell them that it was a possibility it would be that chip. Sorry guys, 1 second. You're gonna hear mute. All right, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. Had a customer come drop off real quick. All right, so it is as I suspected. It is a bad HDMI retimer. So I see there's a couple more people that just joined in, so just to clarify, we went, this is a PS5 that beeps every time you push the button. And so we went looking for shorts. We had all of our voltage rails, however, around the HDMI chip, these caps are all shorted. Yep, so we have a bad HDMI encoder. So, if you guys will bear with me just a moment, I need to mute you one more time so I can call the customer and make sure they're okay with the repair, and I will be right back. So bear with me just a second. All right, so customer did not answer. I'm going to send him a quick text message. I also left a voicemail. So we're going to put this board off to the side for the moment, and I will wait to hear back from him. All right, so customer is texted. So for now, that board is going to go on the back burner. So we're going to look at my lovely face for just a moment here. Oh, I got to fix my hair. Sorry, 1 second. All right, and in the meanwhile, let's check out these ESD chips, shall we? Ah, shut up, multimeter. All right, so let's move this to the back burner for now. And now I have to remember which of these torn apart Xboxes is the one that has the ESD bypass that I did on it. Shit. I don't remember. My guess is it's going to be the one that doesn't have the power supply attached to it. Would be my guess. Looks like I have to find that Xbox Series X. It was buried. Oh, here we go. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell happened here? Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, I need to clean this really quick. Apparently, one of my cats decided to have an accident on my storage box and has corroded the heatsink. So that's fun. Alright, well, bear with me just a moment here, guys. Let me clean this up real quick. Whoa, and this is also not secure. Okay, noted. That's fucking lovely. Oh, well, got most of the corrosion off, but some of that's just not going to come. And I don't have any dielectric grease or any corrosion-resistant liquid to remove that. Alright. Well, that's not fun to walk into. Hopefully that didn't screw too much up. Okay. Well, that was not a pleasant surprise, but here we are. Alright, so I believe this is the one that I did the... Yeah, that's 100% fucking cat pee. God damn it. It's fucking cats. Clean my hand off real quick. Ah. It's fucking gross. Okay. Anyway. Pop this cable off. Nothing like a fresh smell of cat piss Xbox to get your day started, right, guys? Right. Move this board. Ah. Okay, so lift. Did I put an additional screw in here? Don't think I did. Okay. Yes, this is the HDMI job that I did, which means that this will also be the ESD bypass that I did. Now, what I'm hoping, and what I may be remembering, is that I believe this also had a torn trace, or a missing pad rather, on the ESD circuit. And if it does, I'm going to be really sad. the way. Bracket is out of the way. Let's go ahead and lift this up. Yep, this one is the one that had the bypass already done. Okay. All right, so under the microscope we go. All right. Yep, it did indeed. That makes me sad. Okay. Well, first thing we got to do is remove all this wiring. That was oh so fun to do in the first place. So, yay. And I've also got the missing pad right here. So I'm going to have to run a wire. I'm going to have to run an additional wire here and coil it up there for that pad. Alright, well, nothing to it but to do it. So, get some alcohol on there and start scraping away this solder mask. Let's give it a little bit of cleanup. I'm just trying to see if, yeah, I think the only thing I really need to do is take care of those two wires and then a little bit more of the solder mask. And then of course I got to run that one wire. All right. we go. Should be able to do the same thing here. There we go. Alright, put a little more alcohol down to help make the scraping easier. There we go. Let's get rid of all that old solder mask. Again, come in with a toothbrush and just scrape all that mess away. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is just re-tin these pads, and then I'll come in and we will run the jumper wire from, let me clean these off real quick, hang on. So we'll run the jumper wire from about here down to this pad, and we'll try and do a little bit of a spiral on it, just to make sure that it has plenty to grip onto for the new ESD chip. I need to open a new tube of flux. Oh no. Uh-oh. I think I did the dumb. Ah, shit. That could be problematic. Ruh-roh. Shit. Oh boy. I think I did the dumb, guys. Yep, I sure did. Boy, did I. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world for now, but I will have to rectify this problem. When I threw out my last flux tube, I didn't take the plunger out of it. Oh, not my best moment. Not my best. Yeah, definitely not my best. Alright, well, we continue on. I should be able to make it work with that one for a little while. Alright, so first things first. See if I can steal one from another place maybe, but unfortunately not. Well, definitely not my brightest moment, that is for damn sure. that'll do for now. I can't believe I did that. All right. I'm going to tin these pads up. Alright, so those pads are all tinned up. And now we're going to scrape away at that trace up at the top there. I'm going to get a little bit closer here. Alright. First things first. Alright, and I just got confirmation from the customer that that PS5 repair is a go. So after we finish this up, we'll go back to that and we'll replace that chip. Just going to clean up some of this flux. Not all of it, because I do want to use some. Alright, I'm just going to come in here very carefully. Scrape away that little bit of trace right there. Give that a little touch up. And I actually just got some new solder tips in, so I think this is a good time to use one. Not that one. Yep, that one. Oh, baby. Alright. Yep. So let's check the size real quick. Yep, I think that should do the job. Okay, swap tips. All right. And let's see if we can't, first of all, let's focus this in a little bit. Okay. Alright, so that area is now tinned. Hey, what's up, Finks? Good to see you, buddy. my wire. I've got an open spool. I don't want to open another one. I guess it really doesn't matter. Alright, fuck it. Crank and open another one. There we go. Got my wire. I hate running jumper wire. It is a nightmare. In case you guys hear like loud banging or storm noises or anything along those lines, we still are in the middle of the bands of a tropical storm, so I apologize if the stream cuts out or anything like that. It's out of my control. All right. I'm gonna clean this up just a tad, because I'm gonna put down the solder mask immediately. So, for any of you wondering why I hate working with trace wire, let me show you. Okay. That is a strand of my hair. That is a single strand of my hair. And that is the jumper wire I have to work with. That is one strand of my hair. And that is a jumper wire. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. So, what I think we're going to do because I need to, well, actually, maybe I don't. Maybe that's enough. I mean, that's just about as big as the pad. Maybe I can just keep it as is. I don't think I have to coil it. Oh no, I pulled it off. Damn it. I hate jumper wire. I hate it so much. I'm going to try this with tweezers. Tweezers are usually the bane of my existence when it comes to these things. Put down just the tiniest little bit of flux. And I just broke the damn piece off. I'm also trying to do this left-handed. I am not left-handed. So if you're wondering why my hand is so shaky, that's why. I am not left-handed. Okay, seems to be connected enough. Oh, God, I hate that. The worst. Alright, there we go. I'm just scrubbing this down because I'm going to be putting the solder mask on to keep that the solder joint in place. And as you'll see, I'm brushing with the flow of the wire, not against it, to try not to rip it up. Let's just give it a quick dry. There we go. All right. Where are my solder mask specific tweezers? are. They are entangled. Clean these off real quick. All right. And we're going to take just the tiniest bit of solder mask, just a wee bit. Come in here. There we go. And we're just going to do a little dab. Even that's probably too much. Let's see if I can tidy it up a bit. I don't want it so close to the pad. Let's see if I can't dab a little bit of that up. Go. Woo! These winds are kicking up. Didn't realize it was on the edge. Whatever, that's good enough. Let me just clean off those caps. Doesn't really matter, it's not going to hurt the caps any, but just a personal preference. Alright, and from there, this is my working one, sure is. We're going to cure it with some UV light. Woo. These winds are still kicking. No, No, that's not quite cured, but we're going to use a little hot air to help us out. So I've got it set to 450 at 40% airflow. There you go. There we go. Now you can see it's all hardened. So now, before it was liquid, now if I go to touch it, it's all solid. Not quite solid. Solid enough. It'll do. Hey, Trick, good to see you, my friend. That's all right. I started a little early today. Right. And just come in the tweezers and get rid of that. Boop. All right, and then what I'm going to do is come in again with a little bit of flux, and I mean a tiny, tiny bit, and I'm just going to tin up that end of the pad right there. So, hey, Timbo, good to see you, buddy. All right. So just the tiniest little bit of flux so we can tin up that wire. There we go. So now the wire is all tinned up and ready for the new ESD chip. All right. So now that that wire has been run, we are ready to get this new ESD chip on. I'm going to put just the tiniest little bit of flux to prep the area, and I do mean a tiny, tiny bit. You do not need much. That is plenty. And I'm just going to use my finger here to come spread it around a little bit. All right, now for the moment of truth. All right, so my buddy over at Uber Micro Repairs, shout out to him, advised me to be extraordinarily careful with these chips because they are glass. So you don't want to handle them with tweezers. So I'm being extraordinarily careful. just going to let this chip fall right out. Fell out a little too far. All right, we're getting there. Okay, so you can kind of see it. There's a little flux in the way, but there's a little arrow right here. I'm being super, super careful with this. So that looks about right. We're going to try and not bump the board as we double check. So it is a little bit off. It looks like it needs to come to the left just a tad. Let's check the other side. Yeah, so it looks like it needs to come to the left just a tad bit. So we're going to move it back over here. That looks like it's sitting pretty flush. Let's move back over here. Double check the other side. Okay, looks like it needs to bump slightly to the left on the bottom. I mean, it is just slight. It may even bond without me doing it, but I want to be careful. Yeah, I mean, that really should be it. I shouldn't have to touch another thing. Okay, left side. Good. All right, I think we're good. All right, so now I'm going to keep it at 450 with 40% airflow. And this is the moment of truth. And there goes the chip. Alright. Might have to bump the airflow down just a tad. Okay. Once again, double check our work. Okay, looks good over there. Let's get a little closer. Alright, looks like it's going to have to come down just a tad. So it's going to have to bump to the right slightly. Oh, that's a little much. Okay. More down. Okay. Looks good. It looks like it still needs to come down ever so slightly. Yeah. Just a tiny bit. Of course, I'm bumping my microscope all over the place. This thing is not wanting to cooperate. Okay, now just a tiny bump. Just a little bump downwards. Okay, please let the left side be lined up. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so we're going to knock our airflow way down. We're going to put it to like 10%. Slowly increase the airflow. Now this board eats heat too, so I have to be even more careful. Alright, increase it a little bit more. I will be as patient as I need to with this. I apologize if it's not the most exciting thing in the world. But I want to try and get this right, especially with this jumper wire. Alright, moving up to 25. Nah, fuck that trick. I already lost the chip once. I'm not doing it again. I lost it at 40. I'm not losing it at 100. That thing's gone forever. Alright, we're up to 30. $35. take a quick break. Let's see if the chip moves at all. If we give it a little tappy tap. If it does not move, then we're going to put a little flux down and we're going to crank up the airflow. Alright, so that thing is soldered down. So we're going to put a little flux in there and we're going to reflow it. Well, I don't like how that ship was shifting. I'm gonna let that cool for a second. Definitely on there. Is it on there correctly is the question. From my look, it does not look like it, but let's take a look. I don't think that top left pin is touching the actual pad. So we'll go for another reflow. Yeah, it's off the pad. Okay. go. Unfortunately, I believe it's too little too late. I think we cracked it. Unless that's just flux, but it don't look like flux. Well, that might be a hair. Can't tell if it's a hair or a crack. Well, looks like it was just a hair. Woo! All right. However, I saw that solder ball bond to the pad that time. Crack hair, yes. Okay. Let's take a quick look. See how we're looking. All right, chip sat firmly. Other side. Looking good. Okay, solder balls all look detached. Bottom side. It's okay. All right, I think we're good. All right, let's see. Now, if this doesn't work, I can't 100% blame the chip, because that was a rough solder job and this is a jumper wire job, so I can't 100% say that it's the chip's fault if this doesn't work. But it looks like it's attached correctly. All right. Well, yeah, no, it's a nightmare. I had one torn pad and it turned into a whole job. All right. Go. Let's put the clamp back on. final one. Okay. Power supply. Okay. Let's grab a Nexus cable. All right. All right. So now we've got this ready to go. Let's go ahead, and this is together enough to test. So we'll plug in our power supply, plug in the HDMI cord, get a little alcohol on that HDMI cord just for funsies. Okay, so number one, does it power on? We've got power. Number two, does it display? It sure does. Hell yeah. That is crisp. Yep. That baby is working. Woo! Yeah, boy. All right. All right, let's shut this thing off. Yes. jumper wire repair, and ESD. My first ESD, by the way. Never done an ESD before. That's beautiful. And now I know that those ESD chips I bought are legit and they work. So I can buy more of them. And they were a great price too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Whew. I need to hydrate. I also need to stretch my knee. I can feel it locking up on me. Oh, I'm getting too old. Salute to success. Okay. Well, now that that's done and it's working, I'll put that back together later and fully test. But now that I know it's working, that's good stuff. So, I am going to put this, you know what, hang on 1 second. Let me fix some stuff real quick. Okay. That. I just got to clean up some of the corrosion from the underside of the heatsink on my Mac because I don't want that getting on the customer's board. If it was one of mine, I wouldn't be as worried, but this is a customer. Got to take real good care of the customers. All right. So let's go back over to that PS5. Now that I gotten the okay from the customer to do the job. Nope, don't you do that. There we go. Alright, I think this one should probably do the job. Okay. Alright, so, for those of you that were not here earlier, whew, it's hot. That's the message. However, the other message let's move this out of the way. Okay. The other message is this little friend right here. So for those of you that were not here earlier, this came in for a beep but no power, but it was an unusual one because it would beep every time you push the power button. It just would not. I'm used to the ones that where it beeps once every 30 seconds or something like that. So this one was unusual. We started hunting for shorts. We had all our voltage rails. However, when we were hunting for shorts, we found all of these are short. They're all short. Yep, got ground on both sides. And that is not supposed to be the case. So we reached out to the customer, let him know what the job was, and he agreed to the repair, so we're going to do it now. The hell with that trick. No, no, no. I do not have a VGA machine. Alright, so we got some flux. And let's grab some of our curved tweezers. And we'll go ahead and get this removed. Okay. That chip is off. Let's make sure I didn't knock any components loose. Nope, we're good. Yep. You know what? I'm always here for the entertainment, though. I appreciate it greatly. All right. Let's go ahead while the board is hot. Let's clean up some of that excess flux. All right, excess flux is removed, and let's just have a look-see. Actually, we gotta let the board cool down a little bit. Yeah, that is the question. I mean, I figure with every single cap around it shorted, it has to be that chip. So let's just give it a quick spray to both clean it and help cool it down. Got to let the board cool down for just a second to make sure the short readings that we get are actually going to be correct. Yeah, it's not often that I have these jobs come in. I mean, granted, I know they fail from time to time, but I don't usually have the retimer chips come in, or the encoders. I've done, I think, one previously in my career. I'm just stoked as hell that ESD chip works. That's fantastic. I'm gonna buy up a bunch of those now. That price was amazing. All right, the board should be cool enough now to where we can get a reading. And are we still short? That one is still short. As is that one. Really? This one's not. Some of these have to be low impedance. Let's go to diode mode real quick. Yeah, 3.73. Unfortunately, I don't have another one of these boards to test. It's a 033 model. Let's go to resistance mode. Yeah, so that's basically a 0.7 ohm short to ground. That's a 3K ohm reading right there. Huh. Well, the fact that some of them are not short now and some of them are is interesting. I'm wondering if some of these are supposed to read low impedance until it turns on. See, that one's not short. That one's not short. That one is. That one is. That one is. This one is not. That one is. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. And that one's not. That one is. Let's dig a little closer. So even that pad is short. Interesting. Again, I don't know if it's supposed to be short until it turns on or what. Interesting. Okay. So, what can cause that? Hmm. Um, that is interesting. All right, let's hop online real quick. Okay, that doesn't help much. Yeah. Let's check. Let's check the back of the board. Maybe one of the power management ICs is bad. Let's check around the area. Well, this became more interesting now, didn't it? Alright, so let's check this. This is also short. And I don't think that's supposed to be short right there. Not when it's going into a power rail like this. That's supposed to be ground. This is also short. Yeah, so that's short, and that's short. I don't think that's supposed to be short right there when it leads into this power rail right here. That leads right to the HDMI port. Is that bridged? It is bridged. Yeah, I've got bridged pins on the circuit. Let me clean up those bridges real quick. I didn't see that before. I mean, not. Yeah, it could be bridged enough. That is FC92L. It looks like. Just if you're looking at the board, hang on, let me pull it up some real quick. So here's our HDMI port, and it's this right here, this transistor. Now let's clean it up anyway, just to eliminate that possibility. I don't think that's going to be it, but let's clean it up. Let's switch tips again. That one. Let's use that. Actually, you know what? Let's use another new tip. Okay. Could it be a bad transistor, I guess? I mean, maybe, but I feel like there's going to be something else. I mean, this could ultimately come down to the south bridge, which is a problem. All right. All right, so now that those bridges are cleared up, let's clean this flux up. And let's retest that area and see if that short's still there. If it is still there, I think we start by checking the back of the board and see if we have any shorts on the back side of the HDMI system. Did that clear up our short over here? It did. Okay. Interesting. Could it have been the bridges that were causing it the whole time? That would be strange. Oh, now we're not short. We're not short anywhere. Huh. It was the bridges. Yeah, we're not short anymore. Oh, that's crazy. The bridge pins is what did it. I'm gonna let the... Oh, no, the board's cool. Yeah, there's no reason that it would... Yeah, the shorts are all gone now. Very interesting. Okay. Hey, it worked. Alright, so bridge pins are taken care of. Let's go ahead and pull the HDMI chip from my donor board. Move this off to the side for a moment. Alright, let's just make sure we're looking at the right chip. So we have MN864 793 or 739, whichever. Yep, MN864 739. All right. Actually, hang on. I don't have a safe place to put this board at the moment. This will have to do. We're going to circle around the donor chip, try and distribute that heat as evenly as possible. Donor chip is removed. I'm telling you, this new hot air station, this add-in one that I got, so much better than the old one. I don't know how I did it for a year and a half with such a bad hot air station. But it worked. It did the job. And now I don't remember which one of these was the bad one. This one is the good one. Okay. Well, I'll find out real quick. I should have moved the bad one off to the side, but I did not. Okay. Now we're back here. All right, so I've already tinned the pads up when I was cleaning them, so I'm just going to put a little dab of solder right in the middle. Don't you do this to me, Trick. Don't you do this to me. You're 100% sure. Okay. Okay. If you're 100% sure, then I'm going to grab the other chip back. Okay. All right. I appreciate you, my friend. It would have sucked to have done the job twice. All right. Well, this is the alternate chip. All right. That's relatively in place. Nah, I wouldn't ban you, buddy. Go ahead and give it a quick reflow. check our work. It's kind of hard to tell. Still kind of hard to tell. I think it needs to come up a little bit. Let's just keep double checking. Those are all connected. Okay, now we got some pad there. It's kind of hard to tell from the other angle, but that is off. It's slightly off. All right, I gotta nudge it up a little bit. Okay. Just slightly off. But this side I think was the worst of it. Yeah, those pads are all just slightly off. Alright, not a big deal. Okay. Seems to be on okay now. Looks good. Those look good. Those look good. Yep. All right. All good, all lined up. And I'm just going to go around real quick and tidy up the joints. that the chip is in place, let's find out if Trick is getting banned, baby. Still a little too much flux and alcohol. Let's give it another spritz. Right, and all right. So, all right, big test. Are we short? Nope, short's gone. All right, Trick, you lucked out. Yeah, shorts are all gone. Excellent. All right. All right, so now that that's done, let's see if we have a working board, shall we? Just clearing some space up on my desk here. All right. All right. Let's find out if we have a working board. All right. Power board on. LED on. Screwdriver. All right, APU clamp going on. All right, so what do we think? Yeses or no's? Is she powering up? We think it was just the HDMI chip. Did we get so lucky? All right, well, here goes moment of truth. And we go in 3, 2, 1. Woo! There's a blue light. I didn't have that before. Let's see if it goes to white and resets. There it is. There's white. And it's going to reset. Let's give it a second to reset. Is it not going to reset? Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't need to rebuild the database. That's interesting. Or it booted directly into safe mode because of the HDMI swap. That could be. Well, shit, now I gotta take it apart. Well, not take it apart, but I gotta plug an HDMI cord in. Let me shut it down real quick. And let's come over. Let's see if I can bring you guys at least somewhat close. All right. And again, alcohol for good luck. All right, swap over. Oh, it's a little glitchy. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry, hang on a second. The display looked a little bit glitchy. And the controller's not. Oh, there we go. Controller's not responsive.
Yeah, but you can kind of tell. I can't tell if it's the HDMI cord or. Oh, the Bluetooth's not connected. Duh. I was like, why isn't this controller working? The controller still isn't working. I didn't see any glitches that time, but I'm gonna connect the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Yeah, didn't catch that at first, friend. All right, so let's disconnect power. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. All right. So now that the antennas are actually plugged in, let's try this again. I'm going to switch over before I turn it on. So I'm going to lose you guys for a second. Okay. Yeah, it's in 1080p. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I don't see the glitches anymore. It could have just been a rough connection on the HDMI port, or on the HDMI cord. But yeah, I don't see the glitches anymore. Alright, well. Yeah, I didn't see any glitches. Yeah, probably just loose connection on the port. Alright. She do indeed be working. 2 for 2, baby. Let's go. Alright. It is right around 2 o'clock, and I've been streaming for about 3 hours or so. And that was going to be the end of my streaming today. So, I am going to put this back together, and I'm going to let the customer know they are all set. And we're going to call it good for the day. Next week, I do have, so I'm sure some of you guys will remember probably about a month and a couple weeks ago, I sold a couple of consoles on eBay, and they were returned to me because they weren't working. We tested them live on stream, and they were working, so I was confused. So they've sat here. I haven't touched them in a while. And now that I've got my new setup and everything with the new monitor, I decided, because I was going to try and resell them, let me test them anyway. And they're broken. They don't work. The display on both of them is gone. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it got fixed and then unfixed. But next week we're going to revisit those, and we're going to try and fix them again and make sure it's done properly. And we're going to go from there. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Love a good Victorious Day. That is, mwah, chef's kiss. Delicious. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you guys next week for more fun here on Roy's Repair and Resale. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.